Welcome to Easy Math. In this lesson, we're going to be attempting some practice questions surrounding the area of the nth term of a geometric sequence. And so as we begin, we have the question before us where we're told find the eighth term in the following geometric sequence where we have 27, 9, and 3. Now please notice that A, the first term, is 27 and R, the common ratio, is third. Therefore, the eighth term should be given by the formula AR raised to power n minus 1, where A is 27 and R is a third. And so we simply have 27 times a third raised to power 7, and it's going to come to the answer 1 all over 81. Another question before us here, we told the ratio of the sixth to the second terms of a geometric sequence is 256. If the third term is 32, determine the first and fifth terms. Now please notice that the ratio of the sixth to the second is 256, and therefore I'm going to write sixth divided by the second should be 256. Yet that 256 should be equal to AR raised to power 5 divided by AR. AR raised to power 5 is the same as sixth term, and AR is the second, according to this expression here for the nth term. Now, AR raised to power 5 divided by AR simply is going to be is going to be R raised to power 4 because the A's will cancel and R raised to power 5 will divide by R to give us R raised to power 4. And that therefore means that R is the fourth root of 256, which is 4. Now with that, we are also told that the third term for that particular sequence is 32. And yet the third is normally AR raised to power 2, as we also said earlier according to this formula over here. Now that therefore means 32 equals to A in brackets 4 squared, and the 4 is the value of R. And therefore we can simplify that and get the value of A to be 2. And that's the answer for the first part. We're told determine the first term. Now we go on to looking for the fifth term. The fifth should be given by AR raised to power 4. We know the value for both A and R. So putting the values in the formula there, we're going to get the value to be 2 times 256, which is 512. And that's the answer that is expected in that second part there. We try another question where we're told that if A plus 1 x squared, A plus 1 x raised to power 4 is a geometric sequence, write down the expression for the nth and ninth terms. Good. Now we know that the first term is A plus 1. That's the first term that appears in the sequence here. And the ratio, that is a common ratio, should be the second divided by the first, or just division of any two consecutive terms. So I have A plus 1 x squared divided by A plus 1, and the answer is simply x squared. And therefore R, the common ratio, is x squared. Now an expression for the nth would therefore be A, which is this one here, A plus 1. Then R raised to power n minus 1, and the R is x raised to power 2. So we just need to simplify this. The only thing that needs to be simplified here is the power of x. So we have A plus 1. Now, according to one of the laws of indices, we need to multiply the 2 with everything that's within the bracket here to simplify it to x is raised to power 2n minus 2. And that is the answer for the nth term for this particular series here. Again, turning on to the ninth term, it is going to be A times x raised to power 8, which is 9 minus 1. A again is A plus 1, and R is x raised to power 2. And therefore x raised to power 2 raised to power 9 minus 1 is the only part that requires us to simplify. And so we have A plus 1 x raised to power 16. The 16 is because we have 9 minus 1, which is 8, 8 times 2, which is 16. Also, again, according to the powers, to the laws of indices. And therefore, those are the two desired answers for this particular question. We now turn to the last example. We're told the current value of a vehicle is 120,000 shillings. This vehicle has been depreciating by a fifth of its value every year. So find its value the 4 years ago. So the current value is 128,000. What was the value 4 years ago? Now we need to consider that nth term is the current value, which is 128,000. and it's given by a r raised to the power n minus 1, again according to this particular expression or equation we have been using. Now, the common ratio is 4/5. The reason is it is 1 minus a fifth, so that the vehicle, the value of the vehicle is normally 4/5 of the previous. So at the end of the year, you multiply the value by 4/5 so that it will have depreciated by a fifth what is written here. And so the common ratio is 4/5. Again, n is 4 because we're talking about 4 years ago. But the question is, what was the value of A, or what was the value those 4 years ago? We just need to put the values in the formula and attempt the question as follows here. 128, which is an nth, is given by a r raised to the power n. A is the value we're looking for. 4/5 is the value of r, and its power is 4 minus 1, which is 3, and therefore we write 128,000 is equals to a in brackets 4/5 raised to the power 3, and simplify that, you're going to get the value to be 250, and you can always attempt that, and you'll see that the answer comes to 128,000 on the 4th year. And that brings me to the end of that particular lesson, where we were looking at the practice questions on the area about the nth term for a geometric sequence. Please check out for the next video, where we're going to be attempting yet another interesting concept about geometric sequence. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll appreciate it.